You're watching ABC 7 News at 11.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Taylor Torregano. First tonight, if you haven't been outside in the last half hour, you're going to have to do that and take a look at the moon. It's so cool. Happening right now, we're experiencing a phenomena that isn't expected again for another 3 years. And you can see it's starting to eclipse. So at 11:41 p.m., the moon will become totally eclipsed. Make sure you go outside for that. But before you do run outside, don't forget your jacket. The temperatures outside are dropping, so let's check in with Wendy Ross with how cold it is outside right now. Wendy?
Taylor, it's going to get even colder because right now we've got a blanket of clouds over us, and so our temperatures are still in the 50s. They should have been in the 40s by now. We expected those clouds to have moved past us, but it's still cloudy out there. Temperatures in the 50s, low 50s though. The winds have really calmed down. Remember, just a little while ago, they were very close to 20 miles per hour. Now they're around 13 miles per hour, still coming out of the north. And so that's creating that very cold feeling outside. And in Venice, we're looking at some clear skies. So it just depends on where you happen to be along the coastline as to whether you're getting the clouds or you are getting the clear skies. And for the rest of tonight, after midnight, we really should see things begin to clear out. And when that happens, look at these temperatures. They really begin to drop. Now, even though it's showing 42 as the coldest we might see, we could actually have some places reporting temperatures in the upper 30s for the overnight time period. So it is going to be chilly. Those winds still coming in out of the northwest, and they have calmed down quite a little bit. And this is taking place all the way down the coastline where we still have those winds coming in out of the northwest, in some cases 18, 15 miles per hour. So we'll let you know how the rest of tonight is shaping up and into tomorrow and what we can expect. And that moon is something else to see, Taylor.
Thank you, Wendy. With those temperatures dropping overnight, cold weather shelters are opening to make sure everyone has a place to stay warm. The Salvation Army on 10th Street is taking people who walk in, and the New Hope Community Church in Northport is also open as a shelter tonight. Manatee County officials are also on standby, ready to help. The Salvation Army on 14th Street West in Bradenton has opened up an additional 60 beds. We put more information about shelters on our website. Just visit mysuncoast.com. The former sheriff in charge during the Parkland school massacre is speaking out for the first time since his removal. During a radio interview this weekend, former Broward County Sheriff Scott Israel addressed his removal. He's calling it illegal. The former sheriff telling the show's host that he performed his duties to the best of his abilities, and he plans to seek legal action.
We feel that the suspension was illegal. We feel the suspension was unwarranted. I've done nothing even remotely close to warranting a suspension, and we'll go to court.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis suspended Israel less than 2 weeks ago, citing his handling of the mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Israel said DeSantis' actions are politically motivated, and Broward voters should be the ones to decide his fate. Israel plans to take his appeal to the Florida Senate in March. A man looking forward to his Florida vacation wasn't expecting anyone to be spying on him, but he says that's exactly what happened when he found hidden cameras in his rental. Now Airbnb is taking action after Max Vest says he spotted these black boxes inside the Airbnb he was renting. He knew something wasn't right. Vest booked the apartment for the week in Miami, and shocked, he says he began packing his bags, pulling the memory cards from those cameras and taking them straight to the Miami Police Department.
You should feel like you're comfortable when you rent an Airbnb or a hotel or whatever it may be, that you're not being watched in the privacy of a bedroom.
Miami police say they are investigating. Airbnb telling ABC News they, quote, require hosts to clearly disclose any security cameras in writing on their listings. They also added that this host has been removed from their community. Airbnb is now working to refund Vest for that reservation. Next tonight, new developments in a double murder that made national headlines. Teenagers Abby Williams and Libby German were found dead on a hiking trail nearly 2 years ago. Police later released this composite sketch of a possible suspect, and tonight they are looking closely at a man arrested on suspicion of child molestation and a sting operation 100 miles away. Here's ABC's Marcy Gonzalez.
Tonight, police in Delphi, Indiana, looking into a possible new development in the cold case murder of two teenage girls. 13-year-old Abby Williams and 14-year-old Libby German killed on a hiking trail in February 2017. Libby recording their attacker's voice and snapping this photo of a man police call a person of interest. But their killer still hasn't been found. Now investigators say they're looking into whether this man, arrested in a sting this month more than 100 miles away on suspicion of child molestation, could be connected. The sheriff's department there saying Charles Andrew Eldridge admitted to multiple sex acts with a minor. The public calling in tips, flagging what they say is a strong similarity between his mugshot and this sketch of the killer.
The reality is law enforcement, even if they think he's the right guy, what evidence do they have to prove that he's the right guy?
Indiana State Police saying many similar tips and arrests of other persons alleged to be connected to the Delphi murders occur with some frequency, and all are investigated.
That was Marcy Gonzalez reporting, and there is still a reward of more than $200,000 for any information leading to the killer's arrest and conviction. Well, new video tonight after cell phone footage of a toddler putting her hands up during an arrest went viral. Take a look. This is the video we first showed you yesterday that is sparking concern. It shows a toddler climb out of a pickup truck and walk towards police with her hands in the air. The officers both carrying rifles, but in newly released body cam footage, officers are setting the record straight. While two people were arrested on petty theft charges, the officers involved lowered their weapons when they saw the toddler. And when the toddler gets close to the officers, she is quickly picked up. Day 30 of the government shutdown, 800,000 federal employees furloughed or working without pay. This as the political back and forth continues. The president offering up a compromise, but as ABC's Lana Zach reports, Democrats are calling it a non-starter.
As the government shutdown moves into its fifth week, President Trump offering what he calls a reasonable compromise, extending protections for some undocumented immigrants.
This extension will give them access to work permits, Social Security numbers, and protection from deportation, most importantly.
But not budging on his $5.7 billion request for a border wall.
This is not a 2,000-mile concrete structure from sea to sea. These are steel barriers in high-priority locations.
Some hardline conservatives critical of the president's offer are calling it amnesty, but the president firing back on Twitter, writing, "Amnesty is not part of my offer. It is a 3-year extension of DACA. Amnesty will be used only on a much bigger deal."
The fact that he's saying 3 years just for DACA just shows that he's not serious and he doesn't actually care about moving the country forward.
Republican Senator James Langford said it's absurd to keep dragging this on.
The best thing that we can do is solve the few elements where we do have common ground on, get those resolved, get the government back open so people are actually getting checks again.
And the Democratic chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee said he would not rule out a wall in certain instances.
The notion that we can't have barriers is just something that's not true. But again, Martha, you have to have a plan. And the plan that the president initially started with is not where he is now.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, who has previously refused to bring other bills to the floor to reopen the government, says he will bring the president's proposal to a vote on Tuesday. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
In health news tonight, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration may look to drug therapies to get kids to quit vapes and other nicotine products. Vaping has increased 80% among high schoolers and 50% among middle schoolers, according to the agency. Experts worry that it could put kids developing brains at risk and get them hooked on nicotine early in life. Medical organizations say there is an urgent need for research on ways to treat kids who are already addicted to nicotine, since there is almost no data on treating kids who are hooked. A new study offers some of the strongest evidence yet of the connection between the marketing of opioids to doctors and the nation's addiction epidemic. The study, published Friday in the Journal of the American Medical Association, says the industry spent about $40 million promoting opioid medications to nearly 68,000 doctors from the year 2013 through 2015. And for every 3 payments made to doctors, overdose deaths involving prescription opioids there just 1 year later were 18% higher. And still to come here on ABC 7, a travel nightmare. Passengers on a United Airlines flight stranded overnight. Plus, a look at the massive storm pummeling parts of the Midwest and Northeast. Welcome back. We're monitoring the super blood wolf moon happening right now, and in less than 20 minutes, it is expected to be totally eclipsed. Now, dangerous conditions across parts of the country as after a major winter storm walloped parts of the Midwest and Northeast over the weekend. The concern now, dangerously cold temperatures moving in. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos with the latest.
That massive storm that pummeled much of the Midwest and the Northeast now moving off the East Coast, making way for brutally cold temperatures to move in. Drivers urged to stay off the roads so plows can clear the snow before it turns to dangerous ice.
They're doing everything they can to clear the roads before the freezing comes because we don't want that turning into black ice.
Parts of Vermont hit with 2 feet of snow. The wind chill on Monday expected to be 40 below. And in Connecticut, a subcontractor was killed while repairing power lines. Plows struggling to keep up as parts of New York saw at least a foot of snow. The snow and ice making for treacherous air travel conditions from Missouri to Maine.
We almost went off the road a couple of times.
More than 3,500 flights canceled over the weekend. Disruptions could stretch into Tuesday. In Ohio, whiteout conditions so tough, cars skid off roads. First responders near Cincinnati jumping into frigid water to rescue a golden retriever that fell through the ice. This man, Caleb Seeley, hopped on his unicycle in the middle of downtown Portland, Maine. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Albany, New York.
And tonight, passengers reliving what they call an utter disaster.
This is the worst experience I've ever had.
For nearly 19 hours, Sanjay Dutt says he was trapped on this United Airlines flight from New Jersey to Hong Kong. The plane diverting to Canada due to a medical emergency, then getting stuck after mechanical problems caused by the negative 25-degree temperatures there. Passengers say even the crew grew frustrated by the different reasons given for the delay.
The pilot was just so sick of being looked at as a guy that's lying to the passengers. He flat out said, look, here's the CEO's email, Oscar Nunez. Email him.
All 250 plus passengers are trapped inside, United telling them they couldn't leave because of an issue with customs. Eventually, those passengers were sent back to Newark, demanding answers and wanting their money back. Tonight, United is apologizing to them and says the crew is doing everything possible to assist the passengers.
Oh, bad situation there.
That's
really
what had
bad.
me so anxious.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Hours.
But I want to go back to that moon again because that is just really, it's like watching sci-fi live right here. It's just incredible. Here it is again. And you'll notice that it's really just been overtaking. The eclipse is just overtaking. So really in just a few more minutes it will be totally eclipsed as we've been telling you. And then we're expecting to see a blood red moon a little bit later on. So that's going to be exciting to watch. And you will be able to see it because conditions are beginning to clear. The cold front has passed us by. We are now left with cold and windy conditions still, but we've had this layer of cloud sitting on top of us. That hasn't allowed the temperatures to get as cold as they would have been had it been a clear sky. And that's going to take place just in another couple of hours. We're going to see this maybe another hour. I don't mean couple of hours, but I'm seeing this all moving down to the south, and eventually we're going to end up with clear skies. And oh, when that happens, then that blanket effect is gone, and we're going to be left with very cold temperatures dropping pretty quickly. So the cold front has gone through, all the rain, all the moisture with it away, and so here across our viewing area, of course, we're not looking at any kind of precipitation, but the clouds are going to stay with us for maybe another hour, and that's going to be about it. The winds have been the primary factor throughout the day, along with the cold temperatures. They're beginning to die down as well, and so now we're looking at them coming in out of the northwest in the teens for the most part, and then we're going to start to see them shifting around, and by Tuesday they should be coming in out of the east, and that will help to warm things up for us. So maybe east-southeasterly winds will really help to get that temperature moving right on up. Today we started off with a temperature high of 71 degrees. That was in the morning hours, and as the day went on, things just continued to drop. And already we're looking at temperatures that are in the 30s. There are freeze warnings in effect across the northeastern part of the state, and we're also looking at those temperatures in Tampa. It's 49 degrees right now, and in some parts of our viewing area, we are seeing temperatures in the 40s, 50s for the rest of us, and we are expected to see those temperatures drop down into the low 40s and upper 30s tonight. Even though you don't see that reported here, there is the likelihood that we'll see temperatures around 38, 39 degrees. So cloudy weather for maybe another hour, then we're going to be seeing clear skies. It will be a beautiful start to the day tomorrow for sky conditions, lots of sunshine, clear skies, gorgeous. That lasts through Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, the next system starts to get set up. That system is going to come in the way of another cold front, and Wednesday night we get the rain. Thursday we're going to have rain as well, and cold temperatures back in the picture for Friday and the weekend. And so it's another bout of all this mess coming back at us once again. So that's what's taking place for us. And as far as our boaters are concerned, small craft advisories are in effect through Monday morning. Very strong winds still, and 63 degrees will be the temperature for the beaches. So not much of a beach day. It's just going to be pretty, but you're definitely going to have to bundle up if you are going to go. So this is a holiday for some people, and so you'll be looking at temperatures in the 60s after an overnight low of around 39 degrees. Temperatures drop back down into the 40s, but it is warmer on Tuesday. Wednesday, we'll see warm temperatures once again. The cold front comes through Wednesday night, and that will continue through Thursday. And so what we're going to see are the rain showers coming in on Wednesday through Thursday, 70% chances for both of those night and day times. And then the cold weather comes in behind it. Look at these temperatures. 68 degrees Thursday. Friday, it's cold with a high of 63. And Saturday, it is colder with a high of 59 degrees, but lots of sunshine around. We're always going to throw that caveat in. At least we have the cold weather and no snow, so that's a good thing. Taylor?
Right, no snow. Monday, January 21st is the official holiday honoring the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The civil rights icon was born on January 15th, 1929. The federal law creating the holiday in King's honor was passed in 1983 after years of organizing by supporters. MLK Day was designated as a National Day of Service by Congress in 1994. The tributes to Dr. King are already underway here on the Suncoast. The Jewish Federation of Sarasota Manatee met with local groups and community members today at Temple Emmanuel on McIntosh Road. Dozens of people joined together there for a reenactment of Dr. King's speeches and musical tributes. Organizers say this event of unity is exactly what Dr. King wanted for all of America.
It brings us all together, despite the age, despite the race, despite the Christian belief or the belief, whatever it may be, as one in the spirit of unity and love.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, there are several more events in the community to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. In the morning, former Senator of Ohio, Nina Turner, will be the keynote speaker at a community breakfast in Sarasota's Newtown community. And following that, there will be the ceremonial MLK March at 11 a.m. For a full list of events, go to our website, mysuncoast.com. Your winning lotto numbers are straight ahead. Stay with us. M. Night Shyamalan's Glass wowed at the box office this weekend. The film had an over $40 million debut. It's the final title in Shyamalan's trilogy following Unbreakable and Split. The Upside, starring Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston, placed number 2 at more than a projected $15 million, while Aquaman held the number 3 spot with an estimated gross of more than $10 million. I have to be honest, I haven't seen any of those.
Neither have I. No. But I want the Aquaman. Sounds good. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'll tell you what sounds like a lot of fun. If you get outside, you may still see this moon that's eclipsing at this time as we speak, and it is going to be clear enough for you to be able to see it. It just depends on where you happen to be, because we've got some places still reporting some cloudy weather, but as you can see, it's just been taken over just since we've been on the air. It's really been an exciting thing to watch. And then we will be getting the clear skies. We will also be seeing those temperatures dropping, and it's going to continue to get colder and colder. 39 to 42 for tonight.
Ooh, grab your blankets and go out. We have like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
11:41.
Yes.
Have a great night. Stay warm. We'll see you tomorrow.